Immaculate, a story about the Catholic Church and a very special nun. Is this film a waste of time, or is it some good old classic horror inspired fun?
And here we go. Is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Glad you stopped by. And if you're brand new, welcome. Grab a seat and stay a while. But do me a couple favors first. Go down and hit that subscribe button. Go next door, ring that bell. Make sure it says all so you know when the next video pops up. Hit that like button. And before you head out, drop a comment. And if you're one of the regulars here, welcome back for another round. I ask that you also hit that like button. And before you leave, drop a comment, because YouTube does love the comments. And of course, share the video out on all social media. So yeah, Sydney Sweeney. She's the talk of the entertainment world right now, and with a recent slew of films that have been released from her, ranging from romantic comedies, superhero films, and her most recent project, Immaculate, delves into the horror genre. Now, as is known from this channel, I am not a huge horror fan, but I was quite impressed very recently with the film Megan, so I thought I would give this film a shot. Now, as per usual, we'll go over a synopsis of the story itself, my likes, my dislikes, and then my overall take. There may be some spoilers ahead. You've been warned, so let's get started.
And here we go.
Now we start with the opening scene, where a young gal has stolen a set of keys. Obviously, she's attempting to escape from somewhere. While trying to get through this large gate, some cloaked figures are pulling her back in, and her leg gets snapped. Cut to black. We come back, and this young girl lights a match, and she's in this box, and she's being buried alive. Quick question: why is it that whenever someone is being buried alive, they always have matches? Just a thought. So, we then meet Sister Cecilia, a young nun who has been recruited to this convent/hospice in the countryside of Italy. Upon arrival, she is met by Sister Isabella, who is translating for the Reverend Mother. Isabella seems less than excited about her arrival. After she goes through a ceremony where she takes her vows, we are introduced to Father Tedeschi, where he and Cecilia talk about their backgrounds, where Father Tedeschi reveals his former life he was in science, specifically biology.
Ah, foreshadowing.
Now, Cecilia gets introduced to the convent's holy grail, if you will, which is one of the nails that was used to crucify Jesus Christ. Long story short, she faints, has some hallucinations, and when she comes to, she's pregnant. And everyone believes that she is now the reincarnation of the Virgin Mary, and she is carrying the Savior.
Wait a minute, hold it.
Now, what follows is a series of events where Sister Isabella attempts to drown Cecilia, saying, it was supposed to be me. She later throws herself from the top of the convent to her death. The final reveal of why Cecilia was recruited. On that nail were traces of blood, skin tissue, bone of, you guessed it, Jesus Christ. So the final plan of this convent is through genetic research to use the women as hosts to bring about the rebirth of the Savior. Now, horror has not really been, as I've said earlier, the genre of my choice, and I will go into my likes in just a bit. My main dislike of this film comes from the depiction of the Catholic Church. The overly pious, the self-righteousness, and in this case, in the story, over 20 years, as I said, of genetic research with the use of young girls to impregnate them to recreate the virgin birth, and the notion that their faith is so fragile that they need to go to these horrific lengths to recreate a miracle as the affirmation of their faith.
That's truly terrifying.
And yet, despite all of that, there's actually a lot of stuff to like about this film. For one, the runtime. It's about 89 minutes. That's a perfect length for a horror film. The film is actually very well paced, so the story never gets bogged down, and I'm not looking at my phone wondering when is this film going to end. The horror elements. There was just the right amount of body horror where it doesn't turn into a gore fest. Just the right amount of jump scares. And an ending after Cecilia gives birth that I was not expecting at all, nor the way the point of view in which the film ended. And I'm not gonna lie, with Sydney Sweeney,
she's hot, definitely hot.
You expect a level of skin to be shown, and it is teased without actually going into full nudity. And I think it's kind of crazy that in a film about a nun, we got more skin than we did from Madam Web. So, final thoughts on this whole thing. From a non-horror fan, I did enjoy this film. It's far from perfect, but it's a decent story. It's a recommend. Overall, I give it, out of 10, 6.5. I would go check it out. But hey, these are just my thoughts. I'm going to turn it back over to you. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Check me out tonight, 7 p.m. Pacific, simulcasting from Legion Talk for Friday night's Royal Rumble. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, folks. Again, quick reminder before you head out the door, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, hey, thanks for sticking around this long. I appreciate that. I will see you guys all very soon. Hope you had a great week. Have a wonderful week ahead of you. And always have fun. Hashtag keep talking. And always keep that smile on your face. Toodles.
I'd say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right?